Alright, this take 3 for real. You better not.
I'm not
you
even
better
say
not.
Why?
It's your fault, man. Alright, guys, we're back at it though. So yeah, I'm not gonna go back over how DoorDash does not give us straws. We have a new sign. I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Okay. Moral of the story.
For the last story.
Of the story.
Of the ending of the last show.
Beginning of the story. Our friend
Danny
came to our house once, right? And I was making breakfast for everyone. And he was like, "Can I have something to drink?" Whatever. So I pour him a glass of grape juice. And I give it to him. And he sips on it like... And he says, "Damn, this is good blueberry juice." I was like, "Man, what?"
And bro said he liked blueberry juice.
What kind of juice?
Blueberry juice. It was a duck lips for me though. That's what it was when he did that. Like, there will never be another moment that is not as funny as that.
Then this conversation is like followed up, because I really think this was the same day, by him saying, I don't even know how that got brought up, but him saying, "Oh, people with low IQs can't drive."
Oh yeah, that was the same day actually. That was the same day. That was like a couple of hours after breakfast.
But like you said, he can't drive, so.
So, backstory on Danny. If you saw our first episode, at the end we talked about how we have a special friend named Danny, and he wants to join the Secret Service or ISIS.
CIA, whatever.
Yeah, Danny is really special and wonderful person, one of the bravest people I've ever met. But Danny wanted to become a police officer. Danny can't be no damn police officer.
You don't need to blow up, smoke up his ass or anything. He ain't that great.
He's a good person. He's a funny person.
But I didn't say he wasn't a good person. I ain't saying that, Danny.
Oh my god. But the point is, Danny want to do all this. That's so foul, bro. But the point is, Danny want to do all this Secret Service, CIA type shit, and he can't do it. Like,
man, he couldn't even be a cop. Yeah, because of the psych evaluation. But they were scared he was either gonna kill himself or other people.
Danny,
if that's not a red flag.
Danny, I love you. If you see this, I love you. I'm gonna tell you this right now, but bro, just do security or something. Do something mild.
You're a whole ass red flag.
Do something mild, bro. Do security or something. That's it. I thought you were doing that. Do that.
Not that I'm not.
You a red flag?
Sometimes.
Your hair red. Damn, your hair even red.
On paper, I am a pretty big red flag. That's
man.
for sure.
On paper, bro, you wild, bro. We should do that one day. We should do that one day. We should like make it as resumes and set up if you're a red flag or not. I wonder has anybody else. Have y'all ever done that? Like sat there and just wrote yourself down on paper and see how it sounds?
Yeah, I had to do that.
Oh, you had to write yourself on paper? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
A moral inventory, or moral self-inventory.
So what did you discover about yourself during this?
That I did a lot of fucked up shit I forgot about.
Bruh. See?
But a lot of it when I was a lot younger, and so it's fine. I mean, it's not fine because I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? I should have been institutionalized, but
did you learn from it?
I mean, I wouldn't hit somebody with the back of a toilet seat now.
You wild, bro.
You and I mean the hard part, like the lid to the water on the back of the toilet.
How old were you? Why are you doing? What made you think of that?
I was like, dead ass like 7.
What made you be like, oh shit, let me get the light, the toilet top?
I was a demon. Me and Sarah both did it though. And I
She hit somebody
remember
too?
we got in trouble because this was my neighbor's. This was my neighbor. I was friends with the older sister. The brother is the one that we attacked, I guess, and he was a year younger.
That boy probably got trauma.
Oh, I remember his parents got so fucking mad, and like, I think I had to go apologize and shit, but.
Did you mean the apology?
I was scared as fuck, so yeah.
Why you was scared for? You did the crime.
My mama.
Nah,
I was more scared, to be honest, of his parents because I didn't like fucking strangers, especially strange adults. So I was like,
none of what you are scared of is not acknowledging that.
At the time, I didn't I wasn't aware of the consequences. Like, I could have killed him, bro. That is heavy semen, basically, or whatever it is.
It's equivalent to that, yeah. Depending on how hard, the pressure of it is coming.
So fast. Yeah, I of course when I was a kid, I didn't think I was gonna fucking kill anybody. You know what I mean? You don't see the consequences of actions as a kid. But
shit, I did. I know my mom was gonna whip me for anything.
To do shit like that, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'm a fucking sociopath. I don't know.
Nah, I was scared. I was not scared of my mom, but definitely scared of the consequences and repercussions. I saw somebody the other day. I was I watched my sister. I learned from other people, which helped me not do a lot of stuff too. So that one time, my sister she was doing little stuff. She was growing into a teenager, so she was doing little stuff, getting in trouble. And I remember she was getting in trouble so bad. My mom sent her to my uncle, and she didn't walk for a week, and I ain't got time for that. After I seen that, I'm yeah, I'm good, homie. I want my butt. I don't want my butt to feel like your butt. I don't want my butt to feel like your butt. I was a good kid. Barely did anything bad. I never went to my uncle's house. If you got something to see, my uncle's house, that means you did something crazy. You was wilding for real. But I ain't want that pain. I ain't got time for it. So yeah, I was a little fearful. That kept me in line. Did you ever get whoopings?
Yeah, with the paddle.
What, a paddle?
A wooden paddle.
A wooden paddle?
Or a wooden spoon.
That's some old school stuff right there, for real. I ain't never heard of too many people say they got
We had a wooden paddle that literally said paddle on it.
Yeah, but she had a whole paddle?
Yeah. And my little sister used to hide that bitch, and my mom would get a wooden spoon, a big wooden spoon. She wouldn't care. She'd be like, oh, you hide the paddle? Bet.
That's a different type of whooping right there with the paddle. I had the switches.
And they're flat, bro.
I done had the switches, but...
Smack. Oh, hell no, bro. Shit hurts.
And you wanted to be bad? What's wrong with you? That wasn't enough? That wasn't it?
I don't remember getting the...
You remember getting the paddle like that?
Literally, I would go lock myself in the bathroom. And I was a smart ass too, and I'd be like, you're not gonna paddle me, shit like that, you know? And then as soon as she gave me a look, I would start running and lock myself in a room.
Yeah, what is the most intense thing you did to avoid a whooping? The most, you be like, nah, I'm not gonna get do it. You're not gonna whoop me today.
Or just walking off down the street. I used to
just walking off down the street.
I used to always go walk around the block, or when I would get in trouble and shit, or we would fight. I would say I was moving out, and I would just walk. I would walk around the block, and I would sit on a curb until my stepdad pulled around and got me, and offered to take me to ice cream to get me to come back home.
What?
I remember this one time he came around the neighborhood and found me, and I was like, I ain't going back, I'm gonna talk to my mom, whatever. And he was like, you don't have to talk to her, just walk up to your room, and I'll tell her, it's fine, just look. So.
I could never.
He saved me a little bit sometimes.
I could never. The most intense thing I ever did was I locked myself in the bathroom one time. I was a kid though, I was probably about 7 or 8.
I locked myself in the bathroom.
Yeah, I locked myself in the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom because she took some a laxative. She took a laxative and it started working, so she had to use the bathroom. So I had locked myself in the bathroom, you feel me? And she had to go to the bathroom so bad. She was like, I won't whoop you. I won't just open it. I was like, no. You said you were going to whoop me, and I don't want to get a whooping. And I'm sorry, I don't want to get a whooping. She was like, let me in the bathroom. She's like, I promise I was like, put it on the Bible. Put it on the Bible. She's like, on the Bible, I won't whoop you. I opened that door so quick. She didn't whoop me either, though. she didn't whoop me.
She wanted to use that bathroom.
Wow, what? That laxative with him. Like, that mud was hit. Like,
why are you exposing your mama like that?
These folk don't know my mom. They don't know my mom. They know your mom. You just exposed your mom with the paddle. That's a whole other level with the paddle. I feel like the paddle like some old school shit.
Let someone judge her for paddling me. She'll be like, okay.
You know they used to do that like at school. They like discipline kids.
Yeah, bro. My mama grew up then, so
that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's normal.
What if that happened today? How would you be as a parent? Like, how would you be if you found out the principal or somebody paddled your kid?
I'll be going up to that fucking school.
Yeah, I don't think they're right.
Sure, I'd like,
it'll be a lot of fights.
Put your hands on my fucking kitty.
It'll be a lot of fights. It'll be a lot of fights.
I wish the fuck you would.
It'll be like tons of fights. Isn't that weird though? How like
they were just cool with that.
Yeah,
shit?
like it was so much stuff that was so accepted back then, like back in the old days, and it's like, you did what to my child? Like, what did you do?
Got me fucked.
Because what if they were being real, like biased and John, and they just didn't like your kid, like they was nitpicking. And they was like, I'm finna whoop little Johnny today because I feel
bitch,
like
you ain't about to like me either.
That's wild. Yeah, and today's world can't do that. Today's mama's gone. They gonna be on one.
They are. I think Kenzie's aunt's kid, like someone whooped him at school or someone did something. And I was like, you got me fucked up. She went up to that school too, but I was like, bitch. I'm like, y'all better call the police.
Nah, they tripping with
you.
They tripping. I couldn't do that. If you could go back to a time period, what time period would you go back to?
90s.
Why the 90s? Everybody loved the 90s though.
Yeah, but out of every...
The early 90s. I could definitely see you rolling up in the early 90s with the whole definitely following the grunge phase. Because that was like the beginning.
To be able to see Kurt Cobain in person, maybe, type of shit.
You would probably try to stalk that man. You would probably try to go stalk Kurt Cobain.
Well, back then, I don't know if it would have been that hard, to be honest.
I don't think it would have been. I don't think. That's weird too, though. Like, things were so accessible back in, like, the 90s and stuff. Stuff was just so much easier to just... Like, you knew the celebrities and stuff, but they'll be chilling with you like you're a regular person. I mean, like, they're a regular person, not you're a regular person, because you are, but...
Shit, I don't know.
You don't know?
I like the way they dress in the 90s, though.
Oh, yeah. They definitely had the best fashion in the 90s. I think I do 90s, too, though. I do, like, the mid to late 90s. Early 90s still had some flares of the 80s, and I wasn't feeling the 80s. The 80s scared me. Like the shoulder pads still. And they had like, they still had the big old...
1920s would have been cool to see too.
Yeah. What about the 1920s? What about it though?
I don't know, just the way they dressed too. Just seeing people dress like...
Yeah, because in the 1920s they were more so like with the suits and the flared dresses, wasn't it, around that time? That was really taking off?
It was like, all I can think of right now is Vampire Diaries. Like, them, like, when Stefan first meets Klaus and Rebecca, the way they're dressed, I think that's the 1920s.
Really? I feel like something up. Let me see. Let's see right here.
Don't they have those little tassel, like...
Yeah, they had like...
looking clothes, like little dresses, I mean.
Yeah.
Isn't that the 1920s?
We'll find to see. Hold on. I just Googled. Yeah. So, yeah, it was like the tassel type. Yeah, the 1920s seemed like it would have been...
Interesting.
Yeah, especially the way they dress. Oh, it's like the Gatsby style. Hell yeah, I love the Gatsby style. The Gatsby style hard. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. Because the fashion was hard. They tried to bring these dresses back, though. Like, they did. They brought that back, though. Like 2010, every girl had a fucking flare dress. Or that little zigzag shit. Or the zebra print.
Shit.
Yeah, it was like... I don't know what's the name of that pattern. But it's like a little zigzag pattern. They had either that, the flare dress, or a zebra print dress. Like, every girl had a zebra print dress at some point. That was a wild time period, if you think about it.
I remember having, like, shirts that had zebra print in them, which...
Let me show you. Like,
terrible, you know.
What was up with the animal print and the neon, though?
Oh, I had some cheetah shit, that's for sure.
Everybody had cheetah, and I bet they had neon cheetah. You had studded belts.
I had some neon shit, and, like, that's just terrible.
You had the neon stuff. Remember the neon pants? Remember everybody was walking around with like the skinniest pants you could find, and then you were neon?
But is that like when they had the Ray-Ban type
Yup.
glasses with the thing in the middle or whatever?
Yup. I'm bringing up the zebra dress because everybody and they mama, like with the ladies with the whole zebra dress. For real, with the whole zebra dress, like, psh. Miley Cyrus had it. Singers had it. Like, here it fucking goes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That unlocked a memory in my head.
Yeah. They either had that one or this one right here.
I didn't have that shit, but I remember that vividly from other people wearing it. I had a lot of like cringy shit, but I did not have that one. The neon shit I used to wear, that, like, why? Why would my mama buy me shit like that? Because my mama, like, bought me. Like, when I used to dress like that, she bought all my clothes. And I'm like, Mom, why?
That was a wild time period, for real. But, very wild.
There was this button-up. I remember this button-up shirt my mom bought me. Mm-hmm. It was a button-up short-sleeve shirt, striped, neon yellow and purple.
Neon what?
Yellow.
And it was striped?
And purple.
Was it plaid?
No.
They had a plaid version of that too.
It was terrible.
That was wild. Did you go through the headband phase?
Yes. I have to say that I did.
Everybody and their mama had a headband phase.
I went through every phase.
Like, you had the little hat, this skinny ass little headband. And if you had a bang, that's a plus. You gotta put the bang in there. Then you gotta put the swoop. You gotta have a swoop with the bang. That was the thing. And I remember I made my mom buy me like probably 30 headbands when I was a kid. I made her buy like a whole pack.
And the fighting necklaces phase.
Yeah. The little shell necklaces and bracelets. That phase. Who used to wear it? Weren't there guys that were wearing like 2 polos at once and like flared up the collar?
Guys in high school used to wear like girl jackets a lot.
Yeah, especially from Aeropostale. Aeropostale was banging back then.
But why? They like the girl ones. I swear. Like, all the guys at my school liked wearing the girl versions. Or liked wearing, like, girls at my school's jackets. Like, why? I don't know.
Oh, no, that was a weird time, man. That was a good time, though. Like, Aeropostale was on the rise, American Eagle. But if you had Abercrombie and Fitch, you was that bitch, for real. If you had Abercrombie and Fitch. Like, that was the top tier level of prep clothing.
You know what I despised when I was younger, and I cannot tell you where?
What?
Old Navy.
I can see that. I ain't like Old Navy either.
My mom loves Old Navy. Still, she'll shop at Old Navy.
Mine do too. She live by it.
And Like, she always got us them firework shirts.
For 4th of July?
Yeah.
Always take them shirts. That was, Old Navy was known for 4th of July gear for some reason. And every
We
parent.
always got them 4th of July
Yes, and
shirts.
have the little Old Navy. I'm like, bruh, every year, here we go.
I think that's why I hated Old Navy so much when I was younger. Like, I despised
Same.
it. Because
And then,
I was like, fuck, like, I don't want to wear this shit.
Facts. And then my mom would always get my capris
and every
there.
time I would go in there to shop with my mama, I would always like, Mom, this is the old lady store. Like, that's what I would
Facts.
think. But, like, just the way, the
Like,
vibe in there.
The 4th of July stuff, and then the capris, like, why am I even wearing capris?
I'm not gonna hate on Old Navy because I'm sure I could find shit in there that I would.
When the last time you wore some damn capris?
Oh, I've always hated capris. I've always hated, like, my mom made me wear some before, but I've always hated.
Same.
Capris.
They just look so awkward.
They so awkward, and
They look so awkward. Like,
either
who
wear pants or shorts. What's
right?
capris?
Like, who said this? Like, we're gonna make a little in between.
There was something weird I did because in the Cheetah Girls, I remember specifically one of the Cheetah Girls movies. There was a girl in it that had pants that were like half pants and the other leg were shorts, and so I cut one of my pairs of pants like that. Me and my friend that used to live behind me cut our pair of pants like that. So one leg was shorts, one leg was pants. We thought that shit was so cool because it was in the Cheetah Girls, and I was like, shit. If it's in the Cheetah Girls, it's popping. Like,
it's popping. Oh man, nah. That's crazy.
And she was like a Spanish singer or some shit.
Oh, I know you're talking about. That was my favorite one, actually. I know you're talking about. It's not Adrian. It's the other one.
No, it's not one of the Cheetah Girls, but she's in one of the Cheetah Girls movies.
Oh, she's not a cheetah girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminded me
My
of
favorite Cheetah Girl was Adrian, I think.
She was my second favorite. The other one.
I like the blonde one too. What's her name?
What is her name? That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know her name. Dang, what's her name?
I'm about to look it up.
But she was my favorite Cheetah Girl. Cheetah Girl was popping though. Cheetah Girl did put some fashion statements on the map too back then. Like, they were very fashionable. But
I love
they had it going on. Movies. Who didn't though? You feel me? Like, Cheetah Girls was popping. Even their music was popping. Like,
is it? Wait. Galleria. Wait. Galleria is Raven Simone.
Yes, yeah, so
Chanel is Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Dorinda is her name.
Okay, well, it's Dorinda.
In the movie. And then Aqua.
Anyway.
Dorinda? Since when was that her name? I don't remember that shit.
I don't remember
Dorinda.
that either. Is it pronounced that way?
I don't know. Look how it's spelled. Wait, where? Yeah. Dorinda.
Yeah, that sounds like Dorinda. I don't like that name.
I don't remember her name being that. Like,
that don't sound. Maybe we need to go do a recap. Watch one right quick. All right, we're back. We had a little slight interruption, but we back with it.
So, do we want to talk about narcissists?
About narcissists?
Yeah, because I really just want you to. I really just want to get into these psychotic stories.
What happened?
You know.
Which girl? Oh, my ex?
Narcissist.
I talking about ex, bro.
But shit crazy, dog. Like,
yeah. So I think she's a covert narcissist. So covert narcissists usually play like the victim for everything.
We're not trying to diagnose people.
Yeah, no. But
But we want to hear. You need to hear the shit she does, bro.
I mean, technically, she is a narcissist. She's a covert narcissist, though. I'm pretty sure, but she's unaware. I think she doesn't know that she's a narcissist. She knows something is wrong, but she doesn't know what it is.
Apparently, everybody in her life died.
Somebody died once a month.
This sounds fucked up. It really does, because I don't want to be like, oh, that didn't happen to you. But sometimes the stories don't add up. Like, sometimes I know they actually died. But she told me she had 3 brothers that got run over by a car in front of her and were up underneath the car. She told her she only had 1 brother that got hit by the car. What's something's not adding up.
And 1 brother got shot.
Adding up.
One brother got shot.
And one brother got shot. I never heard about that one.
I ain't never heard about 3 brothers got hit upside. How
And
3
then-
y'all get ran over by a
and
car?
she never heard either.
Huh?
Because she told me, you didn't hear about this one either that she told me. She never told you this about someone breaking into her friend's apartment and the maintenance man killing her friend in the apartment. Well, shit like that has happened before, but the confusion to me is why is she telling me this and you never heard this story?
Yeah.
And then she tells me about another person she lived with dying while she was there and then being dead for 3 days in the apartment before, like, she went there and found them. But, like, I mean, wouldn't it start smelling before 3 days? Or, like, I don't know how.
It's a lot of people that die, basically, in her life that she's associated with.
And I'm not saying these people didn't die or that she's lying about them dying.
It's very sus.
The ways they died, like, the stories won't be adding up from what she says to me, what she says to you. How, and then...
It's been a year.
I don't even want to say this because
it's been a year.
This lady actually died, and like, R.I.P. Like, I'm really sorry, but, and I feel like a terrible person because this girl told us her grandma died, and we thought she was lying. This grandma for real. I'm sorry. This grandma for real died, and we thought she was lying. Because it was an insane story. Look, they were having problems, right? And she's like, oh, I can't talk, right? Because my grandma died. Like, and I was like... Oh,
no, she hit me. No. This is how it happened. No, this is how it happened. So we were already going through stuff. And it was already weird. Everything was just, like, weird. So she hits me up one day when I'm at work.
No, tell them
and
how
then,
it was weird first.
Okay, so if we got to go all the way back...
No, the aquarium.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, so she would have like these trips, quote unquote. Her trips would be for herself, whatever. I'm cool with that. That's cool, whatever. She would basically go get a hotel by herself, whatever. If you had to do self trips, cool. But this particular time, this is around Valentine's Day. So she said that she blocked me on Instagram because she had a gift for me that she didn't want me to see. And she asked her followers, hey, you know, is this good for my girlfriend? Yada, yada, bullshit.
No, she didn't.
Right. No, yes, that's what she did. She blocked me first on Instagram.
But did she actually do that?
Fuck no. That's how I know it was a lie. So, me being me, I got my backup pages, you feel me? So I do my little snooping, I do my little investigating. There's a picture of another person's hand. It looks like they just had lunch or something like that because it was the evening time, so like they had like lunch or whatever. So I'm texting her about it. And I go like, we argue back and forth. So, this when she go on her trip, right? Her self-trip. I'm looking at everything, right? I'm scoping every fucking thing out. From the shoes in the corner. I'm like, them ain't her shoes. Them not her shoes. She don't wear that. Them too big to even be her fucking shoes. So, I'm scoping out everything. We get to it. Yada, yada. We argue. We have a little fight. I don't have hard proof, so I don't say too much. I'm still pissed. I don't say too much. But mind you, we go a few days. It's just a little awkward. And then all of a sudden, she hit me up one day. It was like, hey, are you at work? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know I'm at work. I'm working. Like, you know I'm working. She texted me. She was like, oh, okay. I just found my grandma's body. And I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, she found the body?
Yeah, she found the body.
This is the first time hearing that she found the body.
She found the body. So she found her grandma's body. And she said her cousin came in and stabbed the grandma in the neck. The cousin stabbed the grandma in the neck.
Like, it's not funny. Like, sorry for the grandma. Like, I really am. But you are being sus, and then you're like, all of a sudden, oh, my grandma gets stabbed in the neck.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
Oh, and mind you, too.
Would you not be suspicious? Like, would you not be questioning that little... That's
I question everything. You feel me?
That's
like,
a wild story.
I question everything.
Suspect.
And it's nothing for me. Honestly, like, if I break it down, there wasn't much to question. Like, it's obviously just bullshit after bullshit. Because mind you, she's severely anxious, right? So you couldn't have, like, date nights, stuff like that. She wouldn't let me, like, I'm a date person. That's my love language. I like the whole romance, all that, yada, yada. So she didn't want to do that. Mind you, on her self-trip, she took herself out to dinner. She took herself to the aquarium.
Posted pictures dressed up
to a T, full makeup on.
Everything, heels. Took herself out to dinner by herself and took herself to the aquarium by herself. Bitch, no you didn't. By yourself?
Not by herself.
No, the fuck you did.
Not by herself. Like I said, I'm not against.
With us barely.
Right. Like I say, I'm definitely not against like, self-care moments. I definitely take pride in those, but
this is not the type of bitch that would do that.
Yeah, it was all sus. So we had to question if the grandma died.
Much, but bitch, you sus.
Yeah.
And I really am sorry about your grandma.
Didn't her uncle die this time?
Oh, the uncle did.
Yeah, uncle died. I only know one uncle.
That's so unfortunate, bro. Like, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
people die for real. Even if she might be lying about how, like, I don't know. I'm not saying you are. But you can see how somebody would be suspicious of that.
Oh, yeah, very much.
After you're doing sus behavior.
Yeah, like, and barely talking, all that.
Like, I understand, like, I ain't saying you lying about these people dying, but, like, don't be sus.
It was a very, like, whirlwinded type situation. And the more that I've been literally just been trying to learn more about mental health, and covert narcissist definitely screams for her. Because she would always do things, too, to, like, and that's one of their traits, as far as they would do something to hurt you, but they will also come back and pretend to be, they're the superhero. So just, like, for Christmas, remember she was supposed to come hang out and spend Christmas with me. Didn't do it, because she was with her brother.
The one that is not dead, apparently.
Yeah. Which makes 4 brothers in total, because 3 is supposed to be dead. So this makes the 4th. So she was with her brother.
1 got shot, though. So if 3 got hit by a car, 1 got shot, and 1 is alive, that's 5.
Well, yeah, 5 brothers. So 1's still living. So she was with her brother. And so she said that she couldn't make it to the Christmas event. All right. I'm pissed because we have been talking about this for months. But you know what she does? She gets a very, very sentimental gift for me. And that just makes it a tad bit bare. It was a nice gift. But now that I understand how it operates. But like I said, like she's always like, it's never a happy moment with her in life. Like, doesn't matter how much. Like, mind you, I would buy this girl flowers every other week. That was my thing. She didn't give 2 fucks about the flowers. Like, she'd be like, oh. Didn't give a fuck about that. Never gave too much of a care, especially, like, in the middle of our relationship. Didn't want to do anything. Didn't care for anything. So
I think she likes bitches that are gonna beat on her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say all that. I'm not gonna say all that. But I feel like that's most women, though. Most women be attracted to the shit that they're, like, traumatized by at the same time. Like, it's weird to me. Because I've never, like, really been through that. So, like, of course.
I'm sounding like a whole asshole right now, and I'm not intending to come across that way.
I know what you mean. Like, she's not being an asshole for real. But it was a very sus situation. And,
but if you knew her.
Like, it was very suspect. And then on top of, she was always expecting me to do something, which was also weird, too. Like, mind you, because they were good friends as well. Like, they started hanging out. And, of course.
She was scared you were going to hit her.
Yeah, like, she was afraid that I was going to do something. And I'm like, it's like, it's crazy that Maggie had to sit here and tell her, like, that is not her. Like, she is not a type person. No, I'm not. And I'm like, there was a time, like, we weren't even arguing.
I think she tried to be dramatic about shit, though.
You think she tried to be dramatic about stuff? Because there was a time, like, we were sitting down or something, and she's looking at me, she's like, I'm just waiting on you to, like, hit me. And I'm like, what? I'm not abusive. Like, I ain't got time for that shit. I'm not abusive, bro. Like, she'd be like, I'm waiting. I'm like, what are you waiting for? I ain't like that. But I think she addicted to it. Like, even though it's uncomfortable, it's comfortable.
People do get addicted to toxicity.
Yeah, which is so sad.
Very common.
Which is so sad.
I haven't.
What, been addicted to toxicity?
Plenty of times.
For real? Hell no. I've never been through that. Like, I've never had too much. Like, this has to probably be the most toxic year of dealing with women that I've ever experienced in my life. Like, and she gotta be one of the ones. Because she's, like, psychologically toxic. You feel me? Like, she tried to play with my head type toxic. But it's like, we were the same sign, too. So I'm just like, how you act, I act, and I'm gonna know when something ain't right. That's another thing, too. Like, we were the same fucking sign. We're both Geminis. You think I don't know what you acting weird. You think I'm not gonna notice that?
I don't know how I feel about zodiac stuff. I don't know if I believe in it.
You don't know if you believe in it? Why you say that?
I don't, like, it's fun to read, like, the stuff when I see it pop up and see if it's accurate towards me, but I don't know if I actually believe that.
I believe in it, but at the same time, I don't. I don't let that like hinder me from dating a person because of that. Like some people, like, oh, I'm not dating you because you're a Gemini, and I'm just like, what? Like Geminis get criticized so badly, and I'm just like, but I understand. I understand why Geminis get criticized so badly, but I am not one of them. I am not one of them, but I get it. What's your sign again?
Aquarius.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
What does that mean?
Because Aquarius is like, kind of have like, different, not a masculinity, but they definitely like to be boss in certain situations.
You think I do?
Hell yeah, the fuck? Yeah, like you, and if stuff don't go your way, like that's a dub. You don't like that, like that's a dub.
Who hates? I mean, who doesn't like when things go their way?
But nah, bro, it be little stuff for you, bro. It be like little stuff, like just like the time you wanted a milkshake.
Man, having a personality disorder would do that too.
I don't know about your personality disorder. I don't think we ever talked about it. I don't think we ever talked about it.
I ain't that type of person that's about to make it my personality.
Yeah, yeah, that's good though. My girl, it would free her for a while. My girl, good. She up and down. Nah, for real. I think it's important though to like for people to know, like even if you have.
I mean, I support people spreading awareness of their mental health issues or whatever. I'm just not the type of person
to make it their life. Yeah, I feel like that's one thing though people do is like they don't realize like.
About it. What? Because I also overthink stuff, so I'm like, nah, they think you just want people to feel bad for you.
Nah, I think the awareness is important.
So I'd rather just not talk about it.
I feel that.
Nah, because people, I don't know, people that don't have it can't understand fully anyway. So
yeah, that's very true too. And then I think we were talking about that, like about how I don't, even though you can tell me your perspective on things, and of course we're always gonna have different perspectives, but our brains are literally set up, our thought process is set up completely different, which is unique though, and I think it's interesting. I be thinking that shit kind of cool a little bit. But I think the awareness part
with the brain is interesting.
Yeah, because literally, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the brain is so delicate. We don't even realize how delicate it is sometimes. That's what I'm like. The awareness is good. A lot of people
don't take mental health seriously or understand it.
Yeah, I definitely think it has to be understood, but I don't think people should. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather
don't
have
use it
people
as an excuse or anything.
Yeah, don't use it as an excuse, and also don't let it deter your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't let it take over your life to the point of where you're not even allowing yourself to be happy or have just even enjoyable moments. Like, just
because yes, you have this, but it's not who you are.
Yeah. And I think that's what people need to realize on that level of it. But I love the awareness. I do love the awareness about it. The only thing I say is I'm supportive always about the awareness and the support of it, but we definitely need more people who are encouraging everybody else to be like you said, you have this, but this does not like define who you are at all. Like, you could still be one baddest bitch and have this going on. Like, it does not matter. You're still a queen or a king dealing with whatever. But yeah, that's my take on it.
I wish we had some heat pads.
Yeah, it's like freezing cold in here. So apparently, I don't know. I think our installation is just crappy.
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's what it is right there. Like,
bro, it's freezing. I love sleeping in the cold, but I was freezing last night. I had 2 blankets on. I like my comforter and the fuzzy blanket, and it's like I started sweating in the middle of the night at some point because of the fuzzy blanket, but I was still freezing.
That's how I was. I had my heater on. I was hot and sweating, but I was still cold. It was wild, man.
And what?
Like, we're not equipped for this in the South. Like, it's gonna be a cold winter. I don't know how we're gonna adjust. I'm gonna be panicking. What if it snowed again and we go on a state of emergency? If you're from the South, like, this is the thing I was telling my friends too from up north, right? Because they always laugh at us about the South. They always be like, "Oh, y'all get like 1 inch, 2 inch, and y'all shut everything down." I'm like, "You damn skippy."
Bruh, and they buy all the toilet paper and all the milk
and all the bread
and everything. I'm like, where? You think you're gonna use this much?
That we're gonna be snowed in.
Like,
we got people in New York and shit going 6 inches, 9 inches of snow, and here we go, we freaking out.
Y'all realize if you just bought the normal amount of things, like normal, shit would not run out.
Right, like you make it run out. Like, don't do that. All right, if it snow, don't do that.
Oh, so when it does, it's just for a couple days usually anyway. You think you're gonna die if you ain't stocked up on milk for 3 days? Like, what
can't
you
even
all this milk for?
And they begin like 3 or 4 gallons. Like, what you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with 3 or 4 gallons? It's milk, bro. It's gonna spoil. Y'all better have milk for lunch.
Quick.
Right. Like, y'all better be having milk
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. The whole way through. Everybody better drink some goddamn milk. Milk and water. That's all we drinking.
Chocolate milk for dessert.
Cause we got like 3 to 4 gallons. People be going crazy. Then they get like 5 to 6 big packs of the tissue. Like, y'all act like y'all getting ready for Armageddon. Like the things that people do in a crisis mode, bro.
Like, need 60 rolls for 3 days. Damn, bro.
Our crisis level
must be a rough weekend for you.
Like, the crisis level be so crazy though in America, bro.
It's ridiculous.
Like, the gas for me.
And then you have other countries going through all this other bullshit, and I'm like, bruh, and then we're over here buying out all the toilet paper from stores.
It's ridiculous, yo. It was the gas for me. Cause why you gassing up like that? Where you going?
Why you gassing up?
Right, where are you going? I remember I seen somebody at the gas station, right? This lady had like 3 containers full of gas. Like, man,
where are you going with the gas? You going out of state? Like,
fast.
Like, what you doing?
And mind you, this wasn't for like a state of emergency.
Also,
nothing was going on.
I got gas normally, and it was fine.
Right. This was actually what gas was going crazy. Well, the pandemic. How we run out of gas from the pandemic? What y'all running from? If we in a pandemic, everybody's supposed to have COVID and we supposed to be quarantined. Why y'all just took all the gas? Because that's when all the gas was getting gone.
Yeah. And
COVID was a worldwide situation. That's why I'm like, where y'all going?
Going nowhere.
I ain't think about that till now. These folks really made us run out of fucking gas during the fucking pandemic. Like they finna go somewhere. Where you gonna go? It's a worldwide issue. Literally. It's a universal fucking issue.
Why did I say Bella?
Oh, that shit made me mad, bro.
What, me saying Bella?
No, that the fact I just really sat here and thought about people getting all the gas they could possibly get, and we couldn't go nowhere.
Sense, but whatever. People dramatic as hell. Not saying I'm not. I'm dramatic as hell.
We racked up on food though. Ain't gonna lie.
My mom.
Your mom made sure we was straight. Like
COVID, bruh, quarantine.
We ate good.
She said y'all need to fill up the freezer.
Listen, I don't know how the pandemic for y'all, but for the pandemic for us, we had a great time,
also,
bro.
I was eating sushi like every day, which is probably not good. Too much mercury, but.
But this was also during the same time, like, me and Maggie didn't work for, like, a couple months.
We still don't know how we survived, or we paid for shit, or we paid for getting sushi every day.
Like,
the shit made no sense, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how we did it either. I want to know. I want to learn that back. Like,
that's what I want to be doing right now.
Like, we still had money. Like, both of us. Like, I know I still had some good money in my savings. We weren't working. We were still, buying takeout. We was also cooking too, though. But, like, I'm like, but we ain't worked for about a good, like, almost, like, between us, 4 to 6 months. We ain't worked. But we had money. I don't know what's going on.
We weren't doing any illegal shit.
Yeah, we weren't doing nothing illegal. Like, we just had money saved, I guess. Like, but everything was, I don't know. I need that type of luck again. They need to go back. Especially with today's economy. It'd be lovely for that. But yeah, so those are good times. I don't know about the pandemic for y'all, but the pandemic for us was wonderful.
Some people got I know people went through divorces, breakups, and shit in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Can't being stuck with people that long.
Ain't that fucked up though? And that, you know what? How a lot of people, because a lot of people did get a divorce. But I'm just like, at the same time, that says so much. Like, you couldn't even spend that amount of time with your significant other that long. Like,
Yeah.
you have to get out.
The other.
Yeah, like like, if you didn't have the distractions of work, going out or something like that, then that means you had to stay at home and talk about shit, work shit out, just to find out we getting a divorce. This is not working.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody divorcing me. Got me fucked up.
What if you get tired of that person though?
No.
If you get tired of that person,
die, then I don't know. One of us.
so you gonna stay in it? Man, bump that.
One
We
of
ain't
us
happy.
is leaving.
But you talking about not in a good way. You talking about leaving and not coming back. That's not good. That's not good.
I ain't threatening nobody. That's not what I'm saying.
Man,
I just manifest it. I'm pretty good at it.
You gonna manifest it, bro? That's deep. Nah. I'll get a divorce. I don't care. When kind of my happiness, whatever. If we ain't make each other happiness.
Man, that's expensive.
It is.
That's some bullshit.
It is. It is. That's why I be very careful about who I date. Besides this year. I don't know what I was on this year. It was a wild year. But I'm going back on my cautiousness. Like, my rule of thumb now is, like, any girl that says that I'm no good for you or you're too good for me, I'm out. Red flag already. Red flag.
They're telling you right there.
Right there.
I be warning folks. Folks don't listen. You're supposed to listen, homie.
Right. That's why I can't even be mad. Like, I can't even be mad about some of the stuff that happened this year, honestly. Because they did tell me. They told me. But, you know, me being me, I'm like, nah, you ain't like that. Nah. Hell no. Red flag. You're too good for me. Bye. I'm bouncing. I'm bouncing. You just told me what was up. So keep that in mind. People be telling you how they are. And that's up to you to listen. I'm going to tell you something.
I'm bad at listening.
I'm going to tell you something. You better listen. You better listen. Okay, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. But it's good. You be warning people. You be warning people what's up.
Don't mean they listen.
Nah, that's true.
But I don't listen either, clearly, so.
Man. Well, you guys, I'm ready to take a hot bubble bath and drink the rest of my milkshake. So, we about to hop out. I hope y'all like our new sign. Because I do. I love it. And nah, for real though. I hope y'all had a good day. Hope y'all have a great night.
Dead ass. I'm gonna have a great night because I'm gonna go lay in my bed.
All right. And it's about to be a goodie. All right, y'all. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Check us out on Spotify if you have not done that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's so much more that I'm so excited about for us to just for us to come. And thank you for those that have supported us throughout the whole time that we have been on Spotify and Anchor. And we're still going to be uploading on there too. But yeah, so tune in. We love you guys.
What she said.
Peace.
That's what she said.